I always say 1:30 p.m. Eastern time, but maybe I'm gonna switch it to 2 p.m. because I am never ready in time. Let me know if this is a good time for you guys for the live stream. If there's better times for you guys, just comment below and let me know because I'm open to your suggestions. Today I had a special request probably about a year ago that I never got around to, and that was to make a tattoo pistol with the, as in wire. So I thought maybe I'll do that and do some tattoo-y designs type of thing. So that's what I'm going to work on today. Hi Amber, how are you? So let's get started. I'm not super organized. I have a ton of projects on the go, including 2 collaborations that I'm working on and an art video, but my computer's kind of crashing. So I tried to save the art video and it only saved half of it. So I gotta figure that out and clear out my computer and stuff. So look forward to some new stuff coming this week. And I am gonna flip the screen and get started. Let's just, I always forget which thing to turn. There we go. So we're gonna, now you're looking at my ceiling and now you're looking at my table. Let's get some tools here so we can adjust, maybe bring up, they have to change the angle on this a bit, maybe. Bring it down a little bit more. There we go, that's more flat. And bring it up a little bit more. So let me pull up the video on the computer and see how it looks and see who's here, if anyone's here. View my channel. I have 5 YouTube channels, so it makes it very difficult. There's Amber. How you doing, Amber? Now, I don't know if we're too close up here or how we are, but let's start by doing some sketches. I'm going to move my tools over and, oh, I have sound. I don't need the sound, that's for sure. And as always with the live streams, if you guys want to come and go, that's fine. I know a lot of people don't like the long drawn out live streams, which is why I started this new channel for the live streams. Otherwise, I have my Heather Boyd Wire channel that you can watch regular videos. So yes, tattoo guns. I actually printed out some clip art for tattoo guns, so let me just bring those out and we're going to see how that's going to look. So I'm just going to, I printed out some clip art, so let's just look at that and then we're going to trace it if we can, just to get the proportions, and then we'll go from there. So you can always Google images and get copyright free images to go by. Me, I like to do it just to get the dimensions and the shape, and then I put my own details in after. So if we have a basic shape of the, because I don't even know what these look like, so I don't have a tattoo. Let me know in the comments if you guys have any tattoos, but I don't. So I don't know anything about the logistics of it, how it works. I guess maybe the ink goes here. This might be, I don't know, the motor or something. So we have a basic shape for the tattoo gun. Now details, what details do we want to do? This is just a really basic one, and maybe one of the other ones would be better. They seem to have like a little dial on them. I'm not sure what that is, but let's do one with the little dial. Maybe that's more accurate. So we're just going to bring this up just to get the shape. I'll go in and do my details after. I just like to, I find that you can have more confidence in your design if at least your basic shape is right, and then from there you can do any kind of details that you want. This looks like it's kind of got sections on it. So we've got this, and then we go. So now we have a couple of basic ideas. Yes to tattoos, awesome. How many tattoos do you have, Amber? Oh, I didn't get my details in here. Yeah, I don't know. I just never had the desire to get one, but my sister got one when she turned 50. Apparently, she had always wanted to have one, which I didn't know until she turned 50 and she decided to get a tattoo. But yeah, people have different reasons for getting tattoos. It's art. It's interesting. As long as you don't regret it later in life, it's totally fine. But no, I've never had one, and I think probably because when I got my ears pierced, they got infected, and so I always figured that doing anything odd to my body is going to be a risk of infection and stuff. So I'm just like, nah, I'm not gonna bother with that. This looks weird, this little thing up here. I'm not sure what that is, but there seems to be like a lot of little knobs. You know what this is reminding me of? I do camera earrings. This is really giving me those vibes, like the camera earrings. So dials for speed, force, needle. Cool. Nice. Connie, hello. We are doing tattoo related wire art. This looks like a little spring or something. I think I could add a little detail on there. That'd be cool. This was a special request. It was so long ago, I don't know who asked for it, but somebody asked for a tattoo pistol as a art, as wire art, and I'm like, well, I'd probably do something like that. What's this? Is this a dial, Amber, at the side? I'm not sure what that is. So what we're doing is just, I guess there's a handle too. Like how do you, or you hold this, I guess. I guess you hold that. What do I know about it? I know absolutely nothing. And then we're just gonna put these down here. It looks like there's a few sections. Looks like 4 sections, but maybe we'll just simplify it and do it 3. So it's good to like put your own spin on it. And then there's this, the needle thing. So that's going to go down there. Okay, so this is how we kind of start the design. And the needle, I'm not sure. Corey, hello, hello. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this. Let me make it more squared because it looks kind of funny. So then we're going to do, like, if you do knobs, you could go back in these kind of things, and then there's, looks like there's a wheel here, so it's really up to you what kind of details you'd want to put on this. And then if we go up, I'm just trying to decide the best way that I want to do this, because maybe you want to like have it all attached together, and we can go here and down here. That's the hard part with wire art, is knowing the best way to do it. Oh, I have another way I could have done that, but that's okay. So we'll do, and you want this part to be quite pointy, I guess. That almost looks like a calligraphy needle. I think what I should have done is just gone out either way. I think I'm just going to do it that way instead. And then over here. So we've got this, and then it's always good to sketch out your ideas, and then from there you have a better idea of how to do it in wire, because next step is to make a continuous line to do the drawing with. So that's our basic shape, and from there you could either with the same pen, or let's get a different color so we can differentiate. Oh, sorry, I have to open my cupboard, so I have to move this thing just a bit. Yeah. And did I move the, I don't know if I moved that. So I've got all my Sharpies here. Let's get another Sharpie and see if we can do the details in another color, just so you could see them. Okay. Now, I do like the idea of doing like a little spring or something here. So we can maybe do it like a little, oh, my pen doesn't work too well. That's weird. Okay, that's weird. My Sharpie's dry. Huh, that's really weird. I'm trying to, no, dead as a doornail. Huh. Well, that's unfortunate. Let's see if we have another color we can use. Well, I have an orange one, and I have a blue one, and a green one. Okay, so if we take, we'll just take the orange one. No, I've never considered getting a tattoo either. I was saying, I don't know if you were on when I was saying that my sister got one when she was 50, because apparently she had always wanted a tattoo, which is news to me, and so she got one when she was 50 for fun, and she wanted to get like a little, oh, look at that. I don't know what that is. I didn't even notice that thing. It's like a string or something. Like some kind of, well, the other ones seem to have that too, so maybe that's important. Let me just put a little thing here. Maybe that's part of that. I don't even know what that is. Whew. I don't know how accurate this is going to be. It looks like this kind of goes like that and like that. So maybe we'll do that with a separate colors, because I really don't know how this works. We're going to bring this one around here, and maybe it's just going to be easier, except this looks like a dog paw now. We did something like that inside, but then it has to be attached, right? So maybe it would have to be something like that. Anyways, this is just a start. This is just winging it, trying to see how it's going to look, and then you erase that, and then you go from that. And then the other one, which was more basic, you could do like a really basic one. Say you wanted to just do it really stylized. We can do something, because maybe you don't want it too fancy. So if you do want just a basic one, you could do something like this, where you just trace around here, and then round up here, and you could still do one of those little round things, and then right around here if you want to do these things, I don't know if you want to make them that shape, and then you could always like attach that in there and go back, and how you want to finish it, it's up to you. So here's a couple of ideas. Ear piercings got infected. Yeah, me too. I just I had just such nightmares with my ears, and I'm like, I am not putting any other weird stuff in my body. So I let my ears close over. I tried over the years to actually have something decent in my ears, and that didn't work. So the other thing I wanted to toss around an idea was to do tattoo designs, and one of the classic ones, of course, is a rose. So that's, you know, always an idea. You can do something like a rose type of thing, and if you want to just go around and do kind of like petals, or however you want to do a rose, and then you can do like that, and then like that, maybe like that, and you can do as much detail as you want. So that's an idea. There's other kind of more tribal type things that you can do, just basic patterns. Butterflies are popular, so you can do a butterfly design. I had seen somewhere like it was like the people's letter, and then a butterfly on it. So that's an idea. You can just do like your letter. You can do A for Amber. You can just do it in any kind of stylized way. Maybe this side is thicker. I don't know my calligraphy. And around here. So you could do like something like that. And then if you wanted to do like a butterfly or something on top, you can, you can look up ideas for butterfly designs. Maybe this one has to be a little bigger. And then with the wire, of course, you're a little more restricted to how much detail you can do. I mean, you can also do like the antennas type of thing. With resin, it would be cool. You could go in with some resin, and that would be interesting. So if you want to, put in details, you can. Like that, just simple. So that's an idea. You could do something like that. And I had seen one that was really cute. It was like a letter with the butterfly around it. I'm trying to think of what it looked like. So maybe if you did like I don't know, letter S or something. S. The idea is to do like a continuous line type of thing. I don't know if how you would do it from here. You'd have to go around this way, and then you'd probably have to make this in a contrasting color, I would think. And then you have to do it mirror image, which is the hard part. And you know, it doesn't have to be exactly the same. It kind of looks like Superman. There we go. So you could do something like that. It maybe is a little bit more complex. This might be easier to do something like that, and then put whatever you want on the letter. And you know, there's all kinds of things. There's suns and moons, and there's some more kind of abstract, kind of like ones that look like jewelry, like kind of chandelier-y. So you can do like a heart type of thing. I mean, the sky is literally the limit for these designs. You can do anything you want. And then I've seen some with like kind of jewelry type things. I guess you would need the ink to make it look interesting type of thing. And then around here, I don't know, maybe like a flower or something. I'm just really riffing here. I'm not quite sure what would be a good idea. But you could do something like this. I really admire people that do tattoo art, because it's really art. It's pretty amazing what they come up with. No, and sometimes on the left side it's harder to do something like that. So this looks sort of butterfly-y, but also kind of flowery. I mean, you can go nuts doing interesting designs for this. And then you can maybe do some like dangles, or maybe these should be higher. I don't know if you want to taper them up and like that. You could do anything as a tattoo, because it doesn't have to be freestanding, but you want something that kind of makes sense. So you could play around with this. Your sister did a double piercing. Wow. 6 piercings in each ear. Oh my goodness. No, my ears would get gangrene for sure. 100%. There's no way I could do that. Yeah. I can't even handle one. There we go. You must have a tough body, like is able to withstand that, because I would, I would not be able to handle that. So we go like that. There. So you can do a rose. This one I do like this idea with the butterfly on the name, on the letter. So we're going to go around like that. I like the idea of doing like continuous lines. I guess you would do it kind of a separate wire, so it would show up. Could have done that in a separate color. Oh, why is this? Something's wrong with my paper. I don't know why my Sharpies are misbehaving. This one's going dry too. That doesn't make sense. Oh, there's a Sharpie goblin in my house. Okay, we're gonna do that, and then you can do like little things, and you could just go nuts. So let's start. I'm procrastinating now. So let's go ahead with the Mirta. Hello, yay! Let me get some wire. And what size? 20 is always good. I mean, I could do that one in black if I wanted it, but I have black that's quite soft. I have the antique brass, which is pretty nice. What else do I have? I'm a little limited with the wires. I have this is also brass, but it's really hard. So I'm not going to use that. This is, I don't know what that was. It's kind of interesting. This also might be, I don't know. Is that brass? There's 2 different colors. I like this one better. This one's nicer. Yeah, I should save that one. Okay. What else do I have? That's the trouble, is deciding what colors to do. And I also have the 22 gauge, which maybe would be better. Sometimes the 20 gauge is a little thick, so I could try with the 22 maybe to start, although it might be a little bit small. But I do like this idea of doing this one. So let's cut a piece, I guess about 18 inches. And no volume. Aw. We're talking about piercings. Yeah, tattoos and piercing. Mm-hmm. Ooh, I didn't say the G word because YouTube might flag me. So I don't know if you want to delete that comment, Amber. I'm calling it a pistol, which may be not even better, but yeah, you have to be careful on YouTube because they flag you for all kinds of random stuff. So let's cut this, or let's bend this one. And thank you, I appreciate that. And hopefully I don't slip and say the words. So we're going to bend this and go like that. And we want this end to be pointy. You want it to be like a needle. So we're just going to bend that. And we are going to ooh, okay, I thought I said pistol. I was trying my best, so we'll just do what we can with that. I'm sure a lot of people say it. YouTube is so funny. You just have to be really careful. I don't know why they're I mean, I understand why they want to keep people safe, but you just have to be careful what you say or your channel can get flagged. So let's go ahead and put this one across here, and we're going to do the needle to start. Inking pew pew. That's cute. I like that. There we go. I was actually going to check the thesaurus to see if there were other words to describe it, but I ran out of time, of course. So let's go ahead and do these little sections and see how they work. And if you guys have to come and go, no problem at all. If it's not a design that interests you, I totally understand. So I'm just going to play around with this, maybe do one of the tattoo designs as well. Maybe the letter with the butterfly. I think that one's really cute. But let's go ahead and try to do this and see what happens. Maybe it would be better to do the one that's more like one little piece of wire. So we're going to bring these parts in, and then we want to bend this up. I'm going to just do it a simpler way. Tattoos and piercing. Nice. Oh yeah, you want to be careful with that because yeah, it's not for everyone, that's for sure. So let's go ahead, and I should have my round nose pliers. Actually, let's get the little round nose pliers for that part. Bend them around. Mimi has such a cute way of saying little. If she sees a small dog, she'll go, little dog. So cute. I can't say it like her. She's so, how do you say, has a good voice for that. There's that, and then there's a sound she makes when she finds something really disgusting. She kind of goes, woo, but she does it in a way that's so good. You can't even replicate it. So we're gonna bring that one in here. And ears pierced, yeah. I did have my ears pierced. I'm pretty sure they're covered over, and it doesn't really matter because I have long hair. So even if I wore earrings, you would not be able to see them. So it's not really a waste. I usually try to wear a necklace with some of my wire stuff it's always good to wear the things you make, right? To show people what you made. And the bike necklace I've worn for you, I've made it at least 30 years ago, so it's fun to wear. Okay, we're gonna keep doing this. Bring this one up here. This is 22 gauge wire, so I have to be careful it won't break. And I do want to do 3 of them. Might end up being a little bit long. these are all ideas. You guys can go with it. You can do other things with it. You can use the concept to do different designs. It's all about technique and figuring out techniques. So we're going to bring like that. And we're going to do one more. Oh, okay. Bring this one up. And then 3 will be plenty. I gotta keep my hands on screen. That's the other thing I have to be careful about. And then after this, I'm gonna go for a bike ride. I was gonna go for a bike ride yesterday and I ran out of time. We went to see Freakier Friday again because it's such a cute movie. And Tuesdays is cheap nights, so that was fun. And then I picked up a bag of Cracker Jacks. And they actually have a Starbucks in the movie theater, so I had a latte and a box of Cracker Jacks, and I was worried I wouldn't be able to sleep, but I slept like a baby, so I didn't have to worry about that. Okay, let's bring this one over here. Okay, and Lucy's registered name is Lil Lucy. Ah, Lil Lucy. That's so cute. I'll have to tell Mimi, that's so adorable. Lil Lucy. Said with a cute tone of voice. Okay, we're gonna bring this one up here, and let's do a little circle here. And if you want it to look more 3D, this part, you can get your bail making pliers because it makes even cylinders. So we're gonna go, and you can go around a couple of times to make it look a little bit more 3-dimensional. It's getting a little wonky here. There. So I'm going to just go around a few times here. Little Lucy in the sky with diamonds. There we go. So now that looks a little more 3D. And then you bend it back to bring it back to that level. And then you can bend it out. There we go. Okay, so that's cool because it gives it a little bit of detail, which is nice. I really have to keep my hands on camera here. I'm going to move back a bit. Chihuahua Princess Chloe Gogo. Aw, cute. I love these creative names. That's awesome. Okay, let's bring this one up here. And this one over here. And we'll do this little thing here. Bend it up. And then bend this out. And we can do a kind of little button thing, whatever that is. I'm not sure what that is, but we're going to try to replicate as best we can. Curve that around. Maybe bring it up a little bit more. There we go. Yeah, we haven't had a lot of pets. We had a few growing up. We only had Pepper as our pet in this house. Well, as an adult, that's the only pet I had. Bring this over here. And when I was a kid, we had quite a few pets. A couple of bunnies and dog, cats, many cats. We had a lot of cats, that's for sure. And we had a cat named Franklin P. Cat. Called him Frankie for short. We had Sharky, because he used to like nibble at people. And Mitzi, because she had little white paws. And then I had a bunny when I was 8 years old, 9 years old, and my mom let me call her Bum Bum because she pooped all the time. I mean, what bunny doesn't, right? But I thought that was pretty funny that my mom let me call her that. Franklin wearing the headphones. Yeah, that's classic. That's that classic photo from Facebook. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I try to share it as a memory every year as it comes up because it's very funny. Oh my goodness, it's got such 70s vibes. Crazy times. Okay, so here we go. We're going to bring this one up. This is looking pretty good. It's looking pretty accurate. I'm just not quite sure where I'm going to finish my ends. But I think if we do, I'm just trying to see, if we go like this, And bring this down. And maybe what I'll do is I'll bring this to the front. Like if we take this and bring this to the front. Keep my eyes on here. Fluffy dachshund. Okay, so now let's do this. We're going to bring this one up. We have a lot of neighborhood dogs and cats. The dogs always love to pee on the end of our driveway. That's like their pee spot. And yesterday, oh my goodness, no, it was 2 days ago. So our neighbor had a baby, I guess a couple of years ago. She's about 2 now. And she was walking with her baby, and they go for a walk, the mom, the dad, and the baby, well, the baby who's now a toddler. And so I guess the dad had gone ahead home, and the mom had been the one holding the bag of poo, and for some reason she let her child hold the bag of poo, and the child started like winging it around and like banging it on the ground, and I'm like, those bags are not very solid. That poop's gonna go everywhere. And I was just, at first it was sort of funny, and then it was kind of scary because I thought the poop was gonna go all over the place, but somehow it didn't break, and she went ahead home. I'm like, I just kept saying, oh, you should go see your dad now. I think your dad wants to see you. And she just kept hanging around, and finally the mom kind of got her to go home. But I'm like, oh, I've never seen a child play with a bag of dog poo before. I don't think I want to see that again. There we go. Well, here we go. So this is pretty well it. We're definitely going to have to add some more detail because this is a little bit on the plain side. And I find that this is, I don't want that to be angled more. It looks a little boring unless that's maybe more on an angle. So we're going to bring that one here. We're going to see how this looks here. Maybe bring this down a little bit more. We want these to kind of line up. I'm going to start the curve here. Poop bags are not exactly, yeah, they are not solid. They're like those grocery bags where you buy your fruits and vegetables. Those are definitely not solid, and not advised to give to your toddler when they're full of poo. Yeah, like, and I was saying to Mimi, you know, I was pretty chill when she was a baby. Like, I let her play with all kinds of stuff, but I would draw the line at poop bags, that's for sure. Although in those days, they didn't have poop bags. Yeah, for sure. There we go. Oh, please don't break. You know when you feel something go and you think it's going to break? I think that's what just happened. We're going to hope it doesn't. Okay, we're going to bring that one around here. Yeah, just wow, exactly. Yeah, talk about a chill parent. Oh my God. Okay, so now maybe we can use this to go back and do this thing. I didn't think about that. Because now we have an extra bit of wire that we're not sure what we're going to do with. This one we can bring down and form these buttons, I think. I think we can do that with that one. So let's go ahead and form our buttons. And yeah, just when you thought you'd seen everything, right? Ooh, yeah, no. That was something I didn't want to see. We're going to do our little buttons here. Bring it down. And this one. Because the idea is to do as much detail as you can, just to make it look cool. The more detail, the cooler it looks. And sometimes it just takes a little bit of time to figure out what you want to do for detail, but already it's looking much better than it had originally. So this gives it a little bit of detail, and then maybe do we have enough wire to make that circle? That's the question. We're going to see. We're going to bring that one around, and then around here. Maybe we can do it like as a freestanding circle without, maybe we can bend it around the end of a pen or something. Let's see. I'm thinking I've never seen dachshunds barking. Oh, I don't know if I've seen a dachshund bark. maybe, I'm not sure. So yes, if we go around in the circle like that, we can just, because my wire is not long enough, I think we're just gonna have to do something like that, because if it was long enough, I could bring it up and finish it elsewhere, but because my wire is short, we might just have to finish it on itself. I think I want to curve this out a little bit more though, so let's take this, curve it out a little bit more, and then bring it out. Okay. Yeah, so that's kind of funky. You could just do that. I mean, wouldn't have that been really cool if you made a spiral? That would have been cool. But maybe I could still do a little mini. When my oldest was a baby, my something came to help for, mother-in-law came to help for a couple of weeks. She got impish with a poopy diaper and threatened to put said diaper on my hubby's pillow. Oh, gross. Oh my goodness. Wow. Imagine. There we go. Our dog used to pee on my dad's pillow. That's probably why my dad didn't like the dog. It's, he wasn't, I think the dog sensed it. So they did it on purpose. But, c'est la vie. There, let's do a little spiral. Ah, it's kind of cute. Maybe not super, like, accurate, but I mean, that's an idea. You can make it, you can make it what you want. So you could do maybe a more tight spiral would have been cute, but because I kind of ran out of wire, we're going to bring these ones in a little bit more. Okay. Now, what do we do with this part? We can bring this one up, and unless we bring it over and up, which seems to be like more accurate if it was over and up, maybe that might be better. And then we're going to bend this one up. Totally out of character. Oh my goodness. Okay. People can be unpredictable sometimes. We're going to bring that one over there. And let me look at the picture again. I should actually probably look up what it would look like. I guess that's maybe a little screw at the top. Is that possible? I think that might be a little screw at the top. I'm not sure, because maybe we could just finish it, bend it out, and then make a little spring or something. So let's just do that. Bring it around a few times. Yeah, maybe 3 times would be cute. And if there are elements of this that you like and you want to use, great. If there's only one part of it that you like and want to use, that's fine. But this way, you guys have all kinds of options. So I just clipped it. So this wire is being clipped and this wire is being clipped. But doesn't that look cool? But I want to do this thing. I don't even know what that thing is. And it should have maybe been on the other side of that, but we can just make it look fancy. So let me get some 22 gauge gold wire. I don't know how much, maybe 8 to 10 inches. And we're gonna do that, and then we'll do one of the tattoo designs. Then I have to try to fix my computer so you guys can get that art video and also my collab videos that are both in limbo because I can't do anything. So I wish I was more technologically savvy, which I'm not bad considering, you know, my demographic and my generation. I am going to be 60 this year. I haven't figured out what I want to do. I definitely want to do something art related. I might go on a trip. There's a few interesting art trips that I'm considering. So I'm going to see what my schedule's like and, you know, also see how my parents are doing and stuff. So, But that would be fun to do something very artsy. Actually, there's a mosaic class happening, a 1-day workshop that I want to take near my birthday. So that'll be fun. A youngin'. Oh my goodness. Oops, I did too many springs. A spring chicken. Oh, that looks good. I like that, but how are we going to attach it? That's the question. Okay, so let's bring this one down and that one there. So if we're going to attach it, let's help the bend a little bit. We're going to help that one that way and that one that way. And bring that one around. I haven't been on a trip in so long. I'm really aching to travel, so we'll see what I can do this year. We're going to bring that one around. I was looking at some old pictures on my hard drive, and one was in New York City. And I actually was going to try to meet Clarice, and then we couldn't arrange our schedules to meet, but I almost met Clarice in person in New York. Oh, that was years ago. That was like, oh gosh, I don't remember what year that was. Okay, this is too much. 2018? It was a long time ago. Yeah. A gazillion years ago. Okay, I think that's enough. I just pulled that one back a little bit. And let me bring that one around. Yeah, I know a few people in New York. Well, the one person we did see was Martha Cooper, who's a photographer, a very famous photographer in New York City. And she does photography of graffiti art. And she was almost like sort of the godmother of graffiti, of documenting graffiti art. She was doing that in the 70s before it was a thing, and she wrote a couple of books about it. And yeah, her work is really cool, and she wrote books about graffiti art, about hip hop, and she's 80 now, and she's still active photographing and going to festivals, like amazing, really cool. Yeah, so she used to wear she still does wear my camera earrings, which is ironic because I was just saying this looked like a camera, so that's funny. Where did I put my cutters? Here they are. Let's clip that. Okay, and adjust that a little bit. So I've just attached that here. And we just need to attach this so it won't flip too much back and forth. So the key to that is you attach it, you wind it in two places so that it won't bend around the curve. That's always a little hack to get things so they don't flip. Okay, good. So that looks pretty good. This is a good basic design that will, and this one, if you're not happy with that and you want to redo it, you could, like say I decided, no, I really want that to be more of a spiral or different. So we can, this is where we pull out the camera, which I should have done before. So let's take this. Oh, it's charged too, so that's good. Let's do a few experiments, because it's always, wouldn't be a live stream without experimenting. So one, okay, and then we pull it back. We pull it back. And we bring that one right around. Okay, pull that right back. Bring that one around. Straighten that out a little bit. So you can just bring that so it looks more like a circle. So we can get our piece again. We can get the end of this. Marines are playing. Marines. Is that baseball? There we go. Lost track of, what sports are happening now. I don't think there's not a baseball team in Montreal as far as I know, so I don't think that's a thing here, but I'm sure there are a lot of people that follow it. Okay. Yeah, it's a little wonky. We used to have the Expos. Let's far as I know, there's no expos anymore. What do I know? What do I know? We used to go see Gary Carter play back in the day. He was so cute. Everybody loved Gary Carter. But I don't think he's with us anymore. Okay, so there we go. Later today, nice. That's awesome. Okay, so there we've just done a circle, just very basic, like a circle. So let's take a picture of that. Okay, and let's try something else. Let's actually cut that off. Okay, we can cut it right off. Let's get another piece and see what it looks like with a spiral. Or if you want it more balanced, we could do a gold spiral. Or you could do a rose gold spiral. Let's live dangerously, shall we? Okay. Now, do you remember Gary Carter, Amber? Or was he before your time? So, oh, this 22 gauge is a little bit more soft. So if we're gonna make, like, you can make a little spiral. Let's get that. And starting in the middle, because you want to be able to attach it in a couple of places. We're just gonna bring this one around and hope it looks round after all this. I don't know the name. You don't know the name, look him up. Definitely look him up. He was a very famous Canadian baseball player. And yeah, we used to come from Ottawa to Montreal to see the Expos play, and he was, you know, he was the highlight. He was a bigwig. Yeah, I'm sure if you Google him, you will see lots about him. But I think he passed away quite a few years ago. As far as I know, I don't think he was that old. But yeah. Okay, my spiral's getting wonky. But this is the idea, to do like a funky spiral in there. That would be cool. I don't love the rose gold, I don't think. I mean, it's alright. Maybe I shouldn't waste it. It's a little light though. Let me get the gold again. What's that one? Is that gold? What is that? I can't even see what that is. That's the aluminum, I think. I'm gonna need to get more gold 22 gauge wire. Let me go ahead and do this. I can hear with earphones now. Nice. Okay, let's just stick with the gold theme. There we go. Okay. And we'll do the spiral. I found the rose gold was a little pale. So we'll just do the gold. We're going to bring it around to do a spiral. It's nice and soft. The rose gold, for some reason, sometimes depending on the wire and the manufacturing, some batches can be stiffer than others, depending on the variables of like the heat and I don't know. It's like making bread, you know. Like sometimes when you make bread, if you live in a high altitude or a humid climate, it is different than, you know, you have different results based on atmospheric conditions. What am I doing? What is this? Oh, and behind. Okay, I'm like, why is that happening? There we go. We want it to be level. Okay, there we go. Perfect. Perfect. Get in there, you. Yeah, my spiral's being a little naughty. I'm gonna go around here. Rose gold's pretty. Yeah, it is pretty. That was a particularly pale rose gold. I'm not sure why. Okay, let's bring it around here. But yeah, rose gold in general is very, very pretty. Okay, so let's just go around one more time. If you hold it on the edge, it bends better. If you don't hold it properly, it doesn't quite work. So here's our spiral. And there, we can go one way, one the other, and then we want to place it on here. I think that's cool. Let's do that. So we're going to just hold it here and bring this one around and catch it in here if we can. Let's catch it right in between those. Okay. And that should stay in place. Catch it in there. Mm-hmm. Yeah, perfect. Good. And then let's bring this one around down a bit and here. And I think if we just bring this one up here and attach it there, I think it's good. Or even over way at the end. No, I think in between the two is good. So let's just bring that one in here. And then this gives you a good basic idea for, perfect. Whoops. Okay, so there's that. Looks pretty good. Some of these have to be pushed in a little bit. Yeah, it looks funky. I like it. Okay. So let's do a tattoo design now. And I'll use a slightly thicker wire for the... Oh, you've noticed that the rose gold is soft too. That's interesting, Corey. Thanks, Amber. Yeah, it turned out well. So now let us do the letter with the butterfly. Why don't we use the rose gold for the butterfly and then another color for the letter. Let's see what I have. Copper? No. Is there a copper? I do have also the antique copper, which was nice. So that's brown. Yeah, I mean, maybe the antique copper with the rose gold might be interesting. We can try that. Okay. Very cool. Thank you. So let's try a letter A with the antique. It's called antique brass. They actually have flat wire in the antique brass too. So if we cut about 12 inches, and then we can yeah, we can do something like that with the A. It looks cool. That's that one. And then we can just bend this one up, and looks really cool. So we're going to bring that one here and up, and we're going to bring this one up here. Do our best with this, up, and then we are going to bend this. We want to make a little middle piece. So we're going to go down here, and we're going to do this one, okay, and that one, and that one, and we want to be able to finish the wire somehow. I haven't quite decided how we're going to do that, but we're going to, and it would be cool maybe if you wove it, if you did some weaving inside of it, that would be really cool. So we're going to bring this one here and bring that one down here and out here. And where are we going to finish it? That's the question. Maybe I'll bring that one back up here. Okay, and up. So I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with that. And then bring that one across. Maybe over a little bit more. A little bit more. There we go. Perfect. And then we're going to bring that one. It's nice to make it a little stylized. So we're going to bring that one up here and up. There. That's pretty good. Now the question is, how do we finish the wires? And if you do want to hang it, I mean, maybe you should have a little loop at the top. That's the question. And it's really hard to know how to finish the wires off so they look nice. I should have maybe started in the middle and worked my way down. That might have been better. I don't know if this is too short now. Let's see if we can do that. Down. Yeah, that would have been better if we finished this at the top and we just bent that one out. Let's see if it's gonna go. Yeah, because sometimes finishing the wires in the middle doesn't work too well. So if we go like that and that one out and up, it's gonna barely make it, I think. Yeah, so that we can do that. It's gonna finish better at the top. Maybe I can sketch these out because I don't know if I have similar letters that are done in this way. I have a lot of like letter tutorials, but one that are done in kind of this type font that are more 3D. I'm not sure if I have any like that. So is this going to reach up? This one we can make it smaller if it doesn't reach. Okay, up. And this is like a, I don't know, New Times Roman or one of those type of things. We're going to bring that one here and bring that one around. Okay, perfect. Okay, so now we can finish that. And then that way you have a way to hang it up. And we can just do a loop or something at the top. So we'll take that, bring it around. And you can even bring it around a couple of times if you wanted to. Close that up a bit. I don't know if that's gonna work or not. Maybe a single loop would have been better. Now this one's coming out a little bit. So let's get that in there. And we've got to give it a good little pinch. So it's going to stay in place. Is that going to stay? I think that should stay. So let's just give that a little turn around. Okay, I think that's good. We can even just clip it if we want. I think it's going to be easier. I'm going to take my glasses off. Okay, perfect. There we go. Okay, so let's close that up. This one here. Whoop. We're going to need a little smaller one to put that in. There we go. Perfect. Whoopsies. Okay. Is that going to come undone? I think it's all right. I'm just going to bring my end in there. I'm going to clip that a little more. Yeah, I'm having trouble lining these up a little bit. I'm going to just bring that in a little more. Okay. I probably should have twisted that end around. I think it would have been better. But that's okay. I'll just bring it up a little bit. Okay. So there's that. And now we want to do a butterfly. I think this would be nicer if it was either woven or like an actual tattoo to be filled in a little bit with color. But for now, we're just going to do this as an idea. Okay. Good. A for amber, exactly. So let's get a nice piece of the rose gold and do a little butterfly. And here we go. So we have a butterfly like that. So we can keep it pretty simple. And how do we want to do it? Let's bring it down. Why don't we do that hack where we do the wings the same size? How is that going to look like that? We don't want it too big, so we're going to bring that and that. And we're going to have to open it up now because we want it. Yeah, the wire weaving would be really nice, yeah, I mean, I don't really have time on the live stream to do that, but it would make it look more solid. Definitely look more solid. So now, is that going to be a good size? This is going to be a little big, so let's maybe make this a little smaller. Maybe I'll just freeform it rather than doing it in that way where we do two at once, because it's okay if it's not symmetrical. So we're going to bring it in here and around here, around here. There we go. Okay, so yeah, bring that around here. Oh, and then we want to bring it, do this loop thing again, and up, and then down again. Let's see if that's going to work. I've definitely done butterflies like this before. You can do any kind of butterfly that you want. And then this can go up. And then this here, even if you want to do it more 3D, you could. You can get it to sit on the letter in a more three-dimensional way. That would be cool. So we're going to bring this one in and around, and then up. I don't know if I'm going to put a lot of detail in this. No, we're going to see. I'm going to go around here and down. Okay, so that's cool. Yeah. How am I going to fill it in? I have to think if I want to fill it in or not, and how we want to finish it. But bring this one up here. Maybe I can add another wire to it. Let's just finish these. We'll finish the butterfly and find a way to how to make letters. Oh yeah, letters for charms would be great. That'd be awesome. I'm doing a collab video, Mirta, soon that involves a piece of equipment that was sent to me by a company to personalize things. And it's a piece of equipment that's very pricey, but for people that want to have a business making personalized things, it's a very cool tool. And I'm currently filming the video, but it took me a while to get the courage to open the box because I thought it would be really, really complicated. But as it turns out, it's pretty user-friendly, shockingly. They did send me an extra piece of equipment that I probably won't use because it's not really related to what I make, so I might have to send that one particular attachment back to them. But the other part of the machine is so cool. You guys are gonna freak out. I have to get on like filming the rest of the video. So here's the little butterfly. It's a little maybe big compared to the A, but it's okay. But let's add a little bit of something to the butterfly. Maybe another thinner piece of wire. I have a 22 gauge or 24 gauge. Maybe 24 gauge would be good. I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see the video. Oh my goodness. I'm trying to make dogs and cat faces. That's awesome. Very cool. Very, very cool. Okay, so let's get, this one's quite soft. I don't think this is artistic wire. This might even be aluminum wire. It's a very soft 24 gauge wire. And what I was thinking to do is just to attach it to the butterfly. But let's get this thing together in a way. So we're going to start by leaving a little bit of an end that we can attach it to the A and winding this around in a couple of places so it can be fixed, and then we can attach it to the letter. You can even go, I have a lot of wire here, so we can go around a few times. And then now we want to, I was thinking maybe we should try to fill in the wings a little bit, but I'm not sure how I'm going to do this, because we want to attach it to the A. Maybe I can do it separate, like if we just start with this in a way that it's going to hold in place. So if we start with that, so then we have our little ends that we can attach to the A. Okay, so if we do that and that, we're going to be able to attach it to the A after. We should probably be taking pictures of this. Okay, let's do that and that, so we can have a picture of what we're going to do. Okay. Okay. Photo. How good a photo that is. Okay. Yeah, to see them when ready. Yes. Horse faces. Charms. Nice. Oh gosh, you guys are going to love this thing. Okay. So now we have to fill in the wings, and you could also do a spirally type of thing. We could maybe attach this here like that. And then we're going to maybe just make them kind of like a chaosy type thing. Now, whether you want to use the rose gold or a different gold, that's totally up to you. But I'm just going to play around with this, bring this over here and around to this side, and maybe bring it through here, through, and we could maybe go around this center wire. So we could do that. And then we're going to go around this way. There. Bring this one over a little bit. Let's move some of these so they're out of the way. Okay. Okay, so around like that. And then we could bring it in a little bit more towards the middle, and then around here. Let's go around a couple of times. I'm not even sure these wings are equal size. So we're going to bring it around and around. Okay, bring that up. And then around. And then we can just clip that and do the other side. Leather scraps. Yeah, that's fun making things with leather scraps. I used to make jewelry with leather scraps when I first moved to Montreal, and I made earrings, so I would like wrap leather around hoops, around wire. It was really fun. I did sewing. I made a little pouch to keep a cinnamon stick in, because when I moved to Montreal, I quit smoking. I was a smoker, and then I quit smoking when I'm in my second year in Montreal or something. And so I made a little pouch that I used to wear around my neck and as a necklace, and it kept a cinnamon stick in there. And every time I felt like smoking, I would just pop the cinnamon stick in my mouth. It probably wasn't very hygienic when I think about it now, because yeah, I guess if I kept using the same cinnamon stick. Anyways, I'm still alive to tell the tale, so that's a good thing. But that's what I did back in the day before, vaping and Nicoderm and all those things. And it worked. I haven't had a cigarette in 35 years or something, so that's good. Yeah. But the little pouch was made out of leather and shells. It was really cool. perfect. But I love mixed media. Mixed media is so fun. Okay, so there's that one. We're almost done. Perfect. Yeah, if you guys ever want to send me photos of things, you know, we've talked about on the live stream, if it's, you know, somewhat related to art and stuff, I can share it either on the community section here or on the community section on my art channel. There I can share anything at all, that's for sure. But or just share amongst yourself. But if there's anything we talk about in the live stream that you want to send me to show people, it would be my pleasure. Okay, so now we've filled in the, it's kind of funky and wonky a little bit. Maybe it distracts from the rose gold of the butterfly, but at this point we can't do much about that. If you want it more 3D, just bend the wires out a little bit. Okay, and nice. Okay, so let us add that. See, this A could have been a little bit bigger, and we could have maybe filled it in a little bit. Let me just see something. What if we did like, okay, this, 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 and then we tried, what if we tried to fill it in a little bit more? Let me just try something. I have a lot of this water. Okay. Trying to think of a way we can quickly fill it in. It just looks really sparse. Okay, so let's just bend this. Move that over. And bend that here. Okay. Bend that up. Okay. And down. Okay. So how big do we want it? It could be, should be a decent size. Okay, let me just think for a second. So we bend that one out here, and this one out here. If we start like that, and then, I don't know how we could do this so it looks better. We go here, and then this one here. Okay. But the idea would be to get them to, maybe we'd have to attach it first and then go down after. Or do the weaving, which we could do, but that's going to take a while. But you could definitely do these in a woven way as we've done in the past. Maybe we'll just go ahead and attach it first. Okay, we're going to just attach it first and bend this up here, bend this around. Okay, let's remove that. We just want to give it a little more oomph. So we're going to bend that one down. Okay, bring this one over and bend it down. And then, oh, you could bead it too. You could also do that. You can, and then this one, I'm going to make a little, oops, that's not the loop. Around here to the side, and then around. Okay, so say we have this, and then we have these wires that we want to do something with. I thought of even like kind of twisting some wire or doing something different. I mean, you could also do that and then add another twisty wire after. You could do like a coil thing. You could coil it down. That could be cool. If you want to kind of experiment. I mean, there's also this, I have so much of this black wire. Let me just try something. Yeah, because this wire is really thick. if you did a coil or something. Should go along this wire too. Or if you twisted it, how would that work if you just twisted it? See, we get this. I'm just gonna play around with this. Perfect. Okay, so now let's go ahead, see if we just take this. What if we try to twist this just for fun? Okay. I'm gonna take this, twist, 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 twist. We're just trying different things. That's what we like to do on the live streams. Okay. So, whoops, that didn't twist well. You have to, if you want to twist, the wires really have to be at an equal angle. Okay, so there's that. It's interesting. And then this one, we're going to hold this way. Make sure it's in place. Is that right? Okay, I should have maybe had it tighter at the top, but that's okay. We're going to do this way, that, that, and then that one goes down. So this is interesting. So we could do like a twisty thing maybe. I don't know if that works well. Maybe we need more twisty things than that. Okay, what would happen if we did? Brought this one in here. And this one here. See, I'm not too concerned if it doesn't work out, because if you don't try, you never know. So we're just gonna see if we can bring that one under, bring that one up. Okay. And then we're gonna try to do the twist again, and then bring it up if we can. So what if we just do that? My wires maybe should have been a little longer this time. Let's twist our way back. Whoopee. Okay. Okay, perfect. Now, I don't know how well this is working, but this is an idea. If you want to fill in the space a little bit more, this is an idea that maybe works and maybe doesn't work, but this reminds me of like a little chain or something. So from here, we can maybe clip one of them, I guess. Yeah, let's clip one of them. Clip that. And then just bend this one around the top. Why not? Why not? So you guys do how you like. If you want to do a woven letter, you can do that. This is something new. I've never tried it like this before, to fill in the space with twisties. I'm not sure I have enough wire, but we're gonna see. So we're gonna put this one through here. There, perfect. And we are going to twist again. So we're going to bring this one this way and see if we have enough wire. We might, because the one end we clip. So we're going to do that. Actually, we might have enough wire. Don't ask me to give you the measurements of this. You're always better to cut wire too long than too short. Okay. And then let's bring that one back up. And we do another twist. Okay. There. So we can go ahead and trim this short one. And bring it up here. Oh, and then there's this little bit at the bottom. Didn't think about that. Oopsies. Okay, let's go ahead and attach this somehow. And figure out that. Oops. well, that's kind of interesting. It's like twisted wire letters, trying to fill it in a little bit. Not quite sure what we could do about that. We could bring that one in. We've got that. And I think we could spread that out a little bit. We could see. Bring these together a little bit more. Yeah, it's interesting. This part, I don't know if you'd want to do a twist there, how you would do it. Let's first try to attach the butterfly and then see what we're going to do about that. I mean, maybe the butterfly could be covering that a little bit because it does look a little silly now. It's very busy. I don't know if I like it or not. We're gonna see. So what if we just put this over here to the side, and then it's going to cover this part of the letter a little bit, so it won't be, oh, gotta go. Okay, Amber, thanks so much for hopping on, and I'm almost done. So thank you always for hopping on the live stream and for moderating the chat. I super appreciate it, and next time I'll try to be somewhat on time, but I don't know if I can get here ever at 1:30. It's pretty rare. We're gonna see. But if you guys have better time slots for the live streams that you would like me to do, just let me know. I also don't mind to change it up a little bit. And if you can't stay for the whole thing, it's totally fine. So not to worry. I'm almost done anyways. So let's go ahead and finish this. We're going to attach this one on this side. Okay. Bring this one down a little bit and wind it around to hold it in place. And then we're going to see how it looks and see if we have to do something about that bottom thing. Should be all right. Okay, I think that's it. Perfect. Okay, that actually looks pretty good. I like the kind of 3D butterfly-ish. It's a little wobbly, but that's fine. And then it does kind of cover up this bottom part that I'm not sure what to do with, so that works well. I think maybe just filling in the maybe that, I don't know if that was the best idea to do that or not, but we're going to see. We're going to bring these in a little bit more so they meet in the middle a bit. Maybe bring these in a little bit more, okay, just so they're more attached. And I think we're pretty good. There we go. I think we're pretty good. Yeah. Let me bring that one in a little bit. Wonder if you could twist them and then open them a little bit too. But if you guys want to weave them, that's totally fine. So here's the two things that we made. There we go. The tattoo maker and the tattoo. So that's it, guys. I'm going to flip the screen and say goodbye. And let me bring this one around here. I am going to flip the screen, if I can figure it out. There we go. Okay, and then we're going to flip the screen. Good, awesome. So thank you guys so much for hopping on the live stream. Thank you, Amber, for always moderating the chat. I super appreciate it. I knew I didn't know you had to leave early, but that's fine. That's any time you have to leave early is totally fine. If you have to come and go, if you guys can only stay for 5 minutes, it's totally fine. You like my new shirt? Let's get wired. Yay. And look out for those videos that I have coming up. Wish me luck with my technology. I hope everybody has an amazing day, and we'll see you the next time.